to it and shoot for the sky.
We've looked back at 10 wrestlers before who never held a WWE championship. And as we said once before, in wrestling, championships are why the wrestlers fight and work hard to earn and hold. And without championships, wrestling would be pointless. So with understanding just how important titles are in wrestling, in this week's video, we look at 10 more wrestlers to never hold a championship in WWE. Number 1, Tatanka. Tatanka is a legend figure to some, but he didn't have too much a credible WWE career. He debuted in WWE in 1991 and lasted until 1996. But after leaving WWE and wrestling on the indies from 1996 to 2003, he made his return to WWE in 2005 and stuck around this time until 2007. And he's made a few appearances in WWE TV. His most noticeable matches are between Shawn Michaels for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 9 and his cameo appearance in the WrestleMania 32 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But despite wrestling in the New Generation era, Ruthless Aggression era, or any time he wrestled for WWE, he never got the chance to hold a title in WWE. On the indies, he's held all kinds of titles, but in WWE, he never won championship gold. Number 2, Doink the Clown. Doink is another name that didn't have a notably worthy career, and it's hard to name a single great moment or highlight of his. His 2 big matches, you could say his most noticeable, are with him facing crushing success at WrestleMania 9 and his entry in the Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17. But after having a jobber career in the mid-80s, he returned to WWE 1992 and lasted until 1993. And although he had a unique character, he never held any type of championship in WWE. He has held titles outside of WWE, but inside of WWE, he can't call himself a champion. And with him passing away in 2013, we'll never see it happen either. Number 3, Mustafa Ali. Mustafa spent 13 years in the Indies, between 2003 and 2016, before making his way to WWE in 2016. He wrestled in WWE from 2016 to 2023. And in those 7 years, he was one of the biggest stars in the 205 division, and even lead the underwhelming not-so-best-received stables, Retribution. And despite having wrestled on the 205 roster, NXT, SmackDown, and Raw brands, B never held a championship. Ali was certainly a well-deserved title run contender, as he could have captured the WWE Cruiserweight, Intercontinental, United States, or a tag team title gold. And with NXT around at his time of performing, there was also NXT World titles, along with NXT North America and tag titles. He absolutely gave fans high-flying moments and matches. And as worthy of a title as he was, it's a shocker he never achieved that. He now wrestles for TNA, and in 2024, won the TNA X Division Championship, and held it for 148 days, before losing it to Mike Bailey at TNA Slammiversary 20. And he's been a big-time star in the company in the last year. He still wrestles under the name Mustafa Ali. Another WWE run isn't exactly impossible, and if he ever did return to WWE, he'd have another chance to change that stat fact in his career. Number 4, Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse Ventura debuted wrestling in the mid-70s and came to WWE in the early 80s. He had memorable rivalries with the like of Playboy Buddy Rose and others too. In 1986, he retired, an announcer and commentator for WWE until 1990. He'd off and on return as some role or storyline, like as a referee or guest host of something. He returned to WWE in 2024 as the announcer for WWE Saturday Night's Main Event and has done special roles, such as hosting the event and doing some commentary. His 2024 return was his first time in WWE for 15 years since 2009. And the Hall of Famer and former U.S. war veteran from the Vietnam War can say he's never held any titles in WWE. And his only type of achievement in WWE was when he joined the WWE Hall of Fame in 2004. Number 5, Maxxine Dupri. Maxxine Dupri is currently signed on the Monday Night Raw brand and is a member of the Alpha Academy stable with Akira Tozawa and Otis. She made her wrestling career debut in WWE on the NXT brand in 2021 and has been on the WWE roster since then. She has gotten more ring time in the past couple years and competed in Women's Royal Rumble matches and has been getting more experience in the ring. With her being young and 27 years old and currently in WWE's active roster, she still could find a championship reign to erase the stat. But with there being women's titles in NXT and on the WWE main roster as well, there's plenty for her to go after. Number 6, the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman was a strange character, and he sure intrigued the fans, but fans always appreciated the gimmick and character. During the duration of his WWE career, which was between 2005 to 2009, wrestling on the SmackDown, Raw, and ECW brands. But he never got to win a title in WWE. And WWE didn't necessarily put him in title match opportunities and chances. Since then, he's made Royal Rumble match cameo appearances and maybe a segment from time to time. And as he still wrestles on the indies and does indie bookings. And his only title ever is an Alabama indie wrestling promotion tag title that he held with Bobby Lashley. His two notable moments in WWE was when he defeated Booker T and his wife Sharmell at WrestleMania 22 and his interaction with Bray Wyatt in the 2015 Royal Rumble match. In WWE, he has won a single title, tournament, or Slammy award. Nothing. And yet WWE fans still remember him and go to special events under the WWA umbrella, or not to get his autograph at a signing or get lucky enough to get a match cameo appearance. But he makes this list for not winning any titles in WWE. Number 7, Jerry the King Lawler. The King is a wrestling legend, and especially in Tennessee. And in WWE, he's known for his occasional wrestling matches, and most by his Hall of Fame-worthy commentary career in WWE since the early 90s. Outside of WWE, he holds over 25 championships. But in WWE, he didn't hold a single title. He's won 5 Slammy Award and joined the WWE Hall of Fame in 2007. And whether it was wrestling in the ring or commentating alongside Jim Ross, Michael Cole, or others, he's been a fan favorite and fans love seeing Jerry come back for a moment or two. He in later career did compete in a Royal Rumble match and even had a WWE Championship match against The Miz on Raw at one point. But he's never held a title in WWE, and his 2007 WWE Hall of Fame induction is as close as it gets for the King. And as of 2025, he's still signed to a WWE Legends contract, which means he could pop up to call a match or make an appearance anytime. But as for him, holding a WWE title of any sort is unlikely, and will remain that way forever. Number 8, Ashley Massaro. Ashley won the 2005 Raw Divas Search Contest and won $250,000, a one-year contract in WWE. Although she did have wrestling matches and was a wrestler for a while, she's more remembered for winning the 2005 Raw Diva Search Contest and playing roles such as a manager and backstage characters. She stayed until 2009 before leaving WWE to take care of her sick daughter. But she never returned to WWE in any capacity. She did return for a brief manager role in the Indies, seen that as very forgettable, and maybe not even known by a majority of fans. Unfortunately, Ashley would take her own life and passed away in 2019. She never gained women's championship status, and at the time of her career in WWE, there was only one WWE women's title to fight for, and that was on the Monday Raw brand, where she did spend a portion of her career. She not only never held a WWE championship, but she's one on the list of wrestlers to never a wrestling championship anywhere during her career. Her WWE Raw 2005 Diva Search Contest victory is the closest thing to a title she's won in WWE, and is actually her only wrestling achievement ever. Number 9. King Kong Bundy. King Kong Bundy was an attraction in WWE, to say the least. He entered WWE in 1985 and lasted until 1988, where he had feuds with the likes of Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, and others. He would return to WWE in 1994 and stayed until 1995. At that time, he feuded with the likes of The Undertaker and other new generation era wrestlers. Two of his biggest matches was once against Hulk Hogan in WWE Championship Steel Cage match at WrestleMania 2, in which he lost to Hogan, and the other memorable match or moment was when he fought The Undertaker at WrestleMania 11, in which he also lost in less than 7 minutes. He eventually would do more TV show roles and acting jobs, the more and more his career winded down. He may have had decent championship success outside of WWE, but in WWE, he never won a single title, and 2 Slammy Awards would be the closest he would ever come to WWE Gold. Number 10. The Gemini. The team lasted in WWE from 2005 to 2007. They spent a majority of that time in the developmental systems, and were only on WWE TV for less than a year. They were protégés of Simon Dean, and that didn't last too long. After leaving WWE main roster in 2006 and leaving WWE, although in 2007, they have had indie wrestling success. But in WWE, they never got that opportunity. They weren't really around long enough to gain a response or reaction from fans. When they left WWE and the SmackDown brand in 2006, no one really thought twice about it, and some probably didn't even notice that they had been there at all. They stayed active in wrestling on the indies until 2018. But they never tried to make moves back to WWE, and WWE didn't come knocking on their doors either. And although their time in WWE was very short-lived, they still fall on the list of wrestlers to never hold any WWE championships. And that was our list. Can you think of any other wrestlers who never held a championship in WWE? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to follow Ring Post Daily Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. Until next Friday, happy wrestling.